no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. And it's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Blessed love, Rastafari.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, as we said before, looking right now at the, always, before you start to watch a video, always look at the thumbnail and you understand where we're going with our video. But presently, you know that our channel has been under, attack from the powers that be, because them don't like the truth. And we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we're all about the truth. So right now you're looking at our backup channel. It's the African Jamaican channel. Yes, it's a channel for, just in case YouTube they remove our channel from their platform, because our channel has been under attack from, it started from February. We have done a video about a man named Omar Ebanks. Yeah, that's the man that who spend the money. He's the one who received the money from Mark Golding to pass on to the delegates in Portmore to secure the leadership of the PNP criminal organization for Mark Golding. And this man is a convicted drug dealer and a deportee. So since then, the channel has been on a various attack. Anytime, especially when it comes down to the PNP criminal organization, they report this channel. It's like every video, they try to find something to report. I'm telling you. So I don't know if YouTube have, these frivolous complaints, if they have done anything about it, like, remove some people from their platforms and all kind of, consequences for their action. So before we commence today's videos, I want to remind you all to subscribe to the backup channel of the Jamaican Young Police Channel, African Jamaican Channel. Yes, it's essential to stay connected, especially if YouTube decide to remove this platform, because we all know how much they dislike hearing the truth. Their boy, Mark Baby Trump Golding, the big belly spy from England and current opposition leader, is making sure the truth gets suppressed. His mission is clear: to keep Jamaica under the grip of the British monarch, and he is willing to sign the necessary documents to ensure that Jamaica never gain complete independence from their control. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button on the backup channel and let's continue speaking the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be to them. I remember that always, before you start watch a video, always just give it a thumbs up. Yeah, you understand? Some people say I like channel. Some people are saying it's a like button, but it's a thumbs up. So you can call it like it, you understand? It is the same thing. So moving on. So today we're going to talk about, we're showing you that the PNP is really a criminal organization. So you're going to learn something today. Those who did not know before will know today. That so you're looking at right now at one of your member of parliament. Yeah, so right now you're looking at one of Jamaica's member of parliament. Her name is Angela Brown-Burke. Yeah, man, Angela Brown-Burke. She's the daughter of Jamaica's most wanted man, Tony Brown, who killed Tel Ogilvy. Yeah, man, and she's a daughter. And is rewarded with an MP seat in Parliament by the criminal organisation. So as we tell us, the PNP is a criminal organisation, so that is her reward for the crimes that her father has committed for killing Ted Ogilvy by giving her a seat in the Jamaican Parliament. So that's why we tell her. So I'm telling you guys that the PNP is a criminal organisation. This is one instant. And we can tell you this. If Angela Brownburg comes out and deny that her father is Tony Brown, we have her cousin, one of our blood cousin, Tony Brown nephew, who comes out. We have him on record telling us that she is the daughter of Tony Brown. And the entire PNP machinery knows that. The reason why this man has spoken up is that this man is tired of the killings. Yes, the killings and the lies and the deceit and everything. This man now has attained higher territory education and found out that everything that he has been indoctrinated with growing up in East Kingston were lies. That the PNP is a criminal organisation and destroy other people's lives. So he has done that because he wants to save others' lives. We can tell you this now, that Angela Brownburg, she should not be condemned for the sins of her father, but it only goes to show you that in my time as a wanted to be a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, if you have any person that has been close to you involved in criminality, that's alone prevent you from joining the police force. So as yours truly, who have corals and corobunkers in their these none are like people like haunt children or stuff like that. So these are the things that kind of really, because how they investigate back then, especially when they come from get when them investigate your mother and your father and them go down that line, you understand, and then them have them informant in the community and all of these things. So, and even people involved in criminality or crime, it's not everybody really know that these are people that are related unless people talk. So that's how it is. So as me, as my mother said, you cannot be ashamed of what somebody have done because it's not you. That is on them. You must be ashamed of something that you have done. So we have always been a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, so I was said to you before about Angela Brownburg. Yeah, this woman, yeah, see, her father, is a known murderer. Yeah, man, Tony Brown, them call him Tiger. Yeah, some people, that's how them call him, Tony Brown. And then put him on a pedestal as if some hero. And this is a man who killed Ted Ogilvy, a government employee, and because this man was protecting the Jamaican people's coffers. So as we tell you already, Angela Brownburg's father, Tony Brown, who was once Jamaica's most wanted man, is notorious for involvement in the murder of Ted Ogilvy. Despite this dark past, Angela has risen through the political ranks, now holding a seat as Member of Parliament. Remember, at one point in time, she was the mayor of Kingston, and they think the PNP them know, but that's how them is. So just like even right now, the councillor Pummels in Jonestown, where I'm from, she has been rewarded a seat as a councillor because her son was a known killer. He was killed by police in a shootout, and she's a witness. And guess where she was when the shooting happened? She was in Portmore, but she put herself on the scene, and she's a witness in the shooting. Yes, and what she has been doing, Pummels, the same councillor who represents Jonestown, she's charging people from the community $100,000 to give them farm work ticket. Someone had sent me a voice note, but having the conversation with her, recording her. But the reason why, even if I distorted the voice, she will remember that this person, because every conversation that you have with someone is totally different, and there's some part of a conversation that will click and ring back. So we don't want to put the person's life at risk, although they send it to us, and you understand what I'm saying, but we could not do that. After we know we all are the pros and cons, because I know that these people are criminals. At Pummels, the councillor from Jonestown, and she has been charging people, even for that we have Hurricane Beryl the other day, and she has been charging the residents money for the free lumber and stuff that she had received to give to the residents. And she's telling some of the people, especially the ones that paying for the farm work ticket, that she has to give $25,000 from the $100,000 from a man named Sammy. Sammy, who was Mark Golden, Baby Trump, right-hand man. Sammy was a labourer turned PMP. So I saw it going for a criminal, welcome here, yeah. So he was chased out of the Labour Party because I'm a criminal by Desmond Mackenzie from Tivoli, and now he's in the arms of Mark Baby Trump Golden, because I saw it going on. Baby Trump is a criminal organizer and supporter and activist, and he's trying to master criminality in Jamaica and make people afraid. As long as we live, we won't allow that for him. We will always be a voice of reason and voice of truth for the people, because we are Jamaican. Nobody can take that from me. Yeah. So moving on. So so she has been granted, she is a member of parliament, a role that many view as a reward granted by assisting they perceive to be rife with criminal ties. Tony Brown, yeah man, her father, whose criminal history included the violent murder of Ted Ogilvie, represent a stark symbol of how deep the connection between politics and crime runs in Jamaica. His legacy, associated with brutality and lawlessness, stand in sharp contrast to the position of power his daughter now holds in the nation's legislative body. To some, they speak volumes about the state of governance in the country, Jamaica. So Angela's accent to Parliament is seen by critics as a reflection of Jamaica's transformation into a criminal's paradise, where connections to infamous criminal figures do not disqualify one from political power, but can instead serve as a stepping stone. So in some political quarters, because you're a rising star and your policies them and all kind of thing, you stands out. No, in IPMP you have to have some criminal ties or some criminality. That's how it works. You understand? So the same criminal organization that propelled our father to notoriety is now seen as influencing her position in public office, enabling her to help shape the very laws of country that struggles to overcome its violent past and present. The perception that Jamaica's political landscape allows for criminals and their relatives to attain position of influence, enabling her to help shape the country's laws. You understand? So the influence raises questions about the integrity of its democratic institutions. For many, the fact that the daughter of one of the Highlands' most feared criminals now holds the legislative authority is symbolic of a broader systemic issue, the intersection of crime and politics. In this environment, those with deep criminal ties seem to navigate the corridors of power with ease, leaving many Jamaicans feeling as though the nation is trapped in a cycle of corruption and violence. Alright, so we tell people all the while, they must say both political parties are the same. And we tell us that they are not. Can you show me a member of the Coke family, Claudia Massop family, who are in parliament or in politics like a councillor? None. So a farmer, a most wanted man in Jamaica, is able for his daughter to become the mayor of the capital of Jamaica. The mayor. I think she did 2 or 3 terms, if my memory serves me right. So that's how we are. So that's why we tell us say PMP is a criminal organization. So we are talking them things and people are, oh yeah, Labour. No. We are Jamaican, we are patriot. That's why they never like when we in the police force, because they couldn't corrupt with. At the time, the entire career, 99.7% of our career is under the PMP government. So you understand, that's why we left, because we see corruption I get worse. That's why we say no, so we can't deal with it. We see police officer who know a robber and murderer, you understand, become people in charge of it. I said no, we are superior to these people. These people are nothing like us. They're not supposed to be in charge of we. So we just call it a day and left. You understand? I just saw it go. So while others they suck it. We couldn't deal with it because we can't work with criminal. You understand? So I just saw it go. So for many, the fuck of, as them say, what happened, people just feel trapped in a cycle of violence and corruption. So Angela Brownburg now passes law in Parliament. Her family cast a long shadow over her role. So it raises a troubling question. Has Jamaica allowed itself to become the haven for those who profit from violence, even to the point where they shape the country's future through political power? This dynamics paints a bleak picture of the nation's political and moral landscape, further entrenching the nation that Jamaica has become a criminal's paradise. So when I tell people say Jamaica is a criminal's paradise, these are the things that I have seen, why I have said it. I don't say things because I just like to say things. I just say it because there's facts and evidence there. So that is one of the reasons why I say Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. Because Owen Godsworth have a man who terrorized Jamaica in the 70s, kill a government official, and then his daughter become the mayor of the capital of the country. And now it's a criminal's paradise, that man. And then now she become member of parliament. Yes, I tell you. So Angela Brownburg's father was not just an ordinary criminal. He was one of Jamaica's most notorious figures responsible for a brutal murder of Ted Ogilvy. Despite this violent history, Angela has managed to ascend to a powerful position in Jamaica's political landscape. Her presence in Parliament is seen by many as a disturbing symbol of deep-rooted ties between crime and politics in the island. Tony Brown was once the most wanted man in Jamaica, spent over a decade evading the law, hiding in Cuba to escape justice for his heinous crimes. His status as a fugitive and his reputation for violence made him a feared figure across the country. The fact that his daughter, Angela Brownburg, now holds a seat in the very institution responsible for making laws to address crime in Jamaica is, for some, an ironic and alarming reality. Welcome to the PNP criminal organization. Jamaica is a PNP country. It raises uncomfortable questions about the moral fabric of Jamaica's political system and the disturbing normalization of criminality in its highest ranks. Angela Brownburg's rise to the legislative body is seen by critics as a reward for the crimes her father committed. The same system that once sought to bring Tony Brown to justice now includes his daughter among its lawmakers, a bitter reminder of how deeply crime has penetrated the political establishment. Thanks to the PNP criminal organization, you have even a convicted drug dealer, a councillor of Montego Bay, the Prime Minister. That's why I tell the same man Edward Seaga, him have to fix Jamaica, with all of these criminality that people that rise to the ranks. So now we have a convicted court dealer, two are just one step away from becoming a judge. Isaac Buchanan, imagine that. So her position give her the power to influence policies that directly impact the fight against crime. All while her family's legacy is rooted in the very violence and lawlessness she starts with addressing. So the fact that Tony Brown evaded justice for more than a decade, hiding out in Cuba, only intensified the scrutiny surrounding Angela's political career. For many Jamaicans, the notion that the daughter of a man who terrorized the nation can now be shaping its law reflects the extent to which criminal influence has been woven into the fabric of the state. It also raises broader concerns about the future of Jamaica, where criminality not only thrives, but in some cases seem to pave the way for a political success. This situation paints a grim picture of the country's governance. How can the daughter of one of Jamaica's most infamous criminals be entrusted with enacting laws to combat the very same violence that defines her father's legacy? Make it make sense to me, because them say, so the PNP criminal organization supporters them are dummy. Them love crime. Yeah, man, them love the tribalism, man. They love the criminality, the kill for kill. They don't believe in the rule of law. And then put all of these people on pedestal. For many, it's hard to reconcile that someone with such a close connection to a notorious killer is now in a position of power, shaping the future of Jamaica's criminal justice system. Ultimately, Angela Brown Burke's presence in Parliament serves as a chilling example of how deeply intertwined crime and politics have become in Jamaica. The fact that a most wanted man's daughter is now influencing legislation highlights the troubling moral compromises within the country's political establishment. In the eyes of critics, like yours truly, Jamaica has in many ways become a criminal paradise, where the line between lawmaker and lawbreaker has blurred to the point of being indistinguishable. So you can't differentiate it between lawbreaker and lawmaker. So Angela Brown Burke, father, as we said, was once Jamaica's most wanted and notorious fugitive for his violence crime. So now, his daughter sitting in Parliament enacting laws that impact nation justice system. For many, this stark contrast between her father's criminal legacy and her current role as a lawmaker underscore the troubling intersection of crime and politics in Jamaica. So this reality raises deep concern, especially when viewed in the context of the People's National Party, which is a criminal organization which has been criticized for policies perceived to be lenient on crime. A prime example is the recent stance expressed by Donna Scott Matley, a PMP senator and advocate who has openly supported proposal for convicted murderers to serve only 8 to 12 years in prison for murder with the possibility of parole. Critics argue that such policies are emblematic of a deeper issue with the PMP, a party that many believe has become intertwined with criminal elements. The fact that Donna Scott Matley, an unelected senator with no direct mandate from the Jamaican people, is pushing for reduced sentences for murderers add fuel to the fire. And it was supported by Mark Babychump Goley. Remember, this man is not Jamaican name, a foreigner, a British citizen, born and bred in Britain. Not because he can't talk like Jamaican, but this man was able to infiltrate the PMP criminal organization, and now he's the leader of the opposition because the black people, them licky and them here for buy vote. So a guy named Omar Ebanks. Omar Ebanks is a convicted coke dealer and a deportee from America. So this stance aligns with the interests of those who benefit from the weakening justice system. And it has sparked outrage among those who feel such leniency embolden criminals and undermine the rule of law. For many Jamaicans, these proposed reforms represent a betrayal of public safety, favouring the rehabilitation of killers over justice for victims and their families. In this context, Angela Brown Burke's rise to power, despite her father's criminal past, serves as a chilling symbol of what critics see as PMP intolerance, if not outright support of criminality. The party push for lenient sentencing and parole opportunity for convicted murderers appears to reflect a broader agenda that some caters to criminals rather than addressing the country's spiraling violence and crime rates. For those who believe in a Jamaica governed by justice and accountability, the notion that a convicted murderer could be given a second chance after only serving a fraction of their sentence is a hard pill to swallow. It calls into question the value that they are driving the country's leadership and highlight a growing divide between ordinary Jamaicans and those in power. As I said to the Jamaican people, you people have to take back Jamaica from these criminals, Not because they are convicted of crime, This is not a political party, Political party have ideas. Them not have none, so them showcase appear criminals, killers, rear admiral and parade at the conference. Some people say we are G, some people say we are prophet. We are not. We just can't see things and we just call it as it is. We don't sugarcoat things because we don't do things with views as other bloggers do. We have bigger voice than us. Them are echo chamber, but guess what? They are sympathetic to the PMP criminal organ. They see themselves as Jamaicans. They see themselves as YouTubers. You understand? Yeah, they're not patriots. Because I tell people from ever since. It's not the little boy where I fire the guns in Jamaica, problem are lawmakers, the people with the degrees. They are the real criminals, and now people are see it for themselves. Yeah. So many are left wondering How can a political organization connected to figures with criminal ties be trusted to pass laws that will protect the public and restore order in a country plagued with violence? So tell me now, any dummy where them tell about corruption, the most corrupt party we ever rule in a Jamaica, a PNP criminal organization. The most wickedness happened to Jamaican people. PNP criminal organization. PNP don't love poor people, the only thing they love are power, because them a thief. Most of them are pillage and rob all that people them. Philip Harley should all of that prison to call for murder. 2 counts of murder. Up to now the police them don't question Philip Harley. That show is a criminal island. Criminal's paradise. If him thief all money and all them net serve and all them things, them man should have gone to prison. Thief them. But youthful exuberance, no excuse. And a time now, Jamaican people, those of you who are tired of the criminality, you have to send a resounding message. Say no, we don't want and just keep them in the wilderness wherever. Hopefully, in a very short time, we see some extradition and some of them got prison in America. At least that will change the mindset of the others. Because they are the one that, that's emboldening and supporting criminality. That's why they are able to export it to other countries in North America and Europe. So ultimately, Angela Brown-Burke's position in Parliament combined with the PNP push for more lenient sentences reflect a disturbing trend in Jamaica's political landscape. It's no wonder why many view the PNP as a criminal organization, one that is willing to prioritize the interest of criminals over the safety and security of the nation's citizens. This dynamics paint a troubling picture of the future of justice in Jamaica, where convicted murderers may soon find themselves with second chance at life, while the victims are left without justice. So that's what they want to do. So there's this disturbing trend among certain segments of Jamaican population, particularly those with little regard for human life or basic rights of others, where notorious criminals like Anthony Tiger Brown, Jamaica former most wanted man, are elevated to the status of legend. Remember, these are people who violate other people's human rights, and as them put him on a pedestal, attack, say, a legend. Yeah, this man kill Jamaica and murder people, and them say them a legend. So that's why we are telling us we have to take back Jamaica from these people. And it is both shocking and disheartening to see how someone who has committed multiple murders, many of which were carried out in service of the PNP criminal organization, can be so glorified. This glorification reflects the profound moral decay among these individuals who seem to embrace violence, lawlessness, and destruction as virtues. For these individuals, most of them, majority of them, if not all, are PNP criminal organization supporters. They are the ones who are driving the crime rate. They are the ones who come out the most murderers. 98% of the people who are in prison in Jamaica are people with PNP criminal culture and philosophy and mindset. So that is a criminal system. Them not have nothing to do with law and order, enacting law and order. No. Criminality. For these individuals, there appear to be no respect for the sanctity of life or the ethical principle that holds society together. Instead, they celebrate the likes of Tiger Brown, a man whose legacy is built on pain, suffering, and the bloodshed of innocent Jamaicans. Their willingness to view such a dangerous figure as an era or a legend speak to a deep desensitization to violence and complete disregard for the rule of law. This cultural and moral bankruptcy is not just a threat to Jamaican social fabric. It is a threat to the safety and well-being of every law-abiding citizen by holding up murderers like Tiger Brown as icons. These individuals are essentially endorsing the very criminal behavior that have plagued Jamaica for decades. They perpetuate a cycle of violence, normalizing the idea that killing and lawlessness are acceptable pathways to power and respect. In doing so, they undermine every effort to build a society grounded in peace, ethics, and decency. So I keep telling the law-abiding Jamaicans, you guys have to come out and vote and save Jamaica from these people. These are the enemies of Jamaica. These are debt merchants. The fact that such individual as Tiger Brown can elevate a man responsible for countless deaths to legendary status, reveal their deeply warped sense of morality. They celebrate wickedness, dishonoring the victims who have lost their lives to these criminals and showing utter contempt for their families left behind to grieve. It is a chilling reminder of how far some have fallen from the semblance of decency. So the glorification of people like Tiger Brown is not just a matter of poor judgment. It represents a complete rejection of the value that upholds civilized society. These people, with their twisted sense of heroism, are not just misguided, they are a menace to Jamaica's future. We tell people that all the while. They stand in the direction of opposition to everything law-abiding strive to build. A country where people can live without fear of violence, where justice is served and where the rule of law is respected. Their actions and attitude contribute to the erosion of Jamaica's social order, and they represent a clear danger to the nation's progress. To celebrate a murderer as a legend is to condone the very behavior that keeps Jamaica locked in a cycle of crime and underdevelopment. These individuals are indeed the lowest of the low, vile, wicked, and utterly devoid of the value that makes for a decent functioning society. In fact, of this cultural rot, it becomes even more important for law-abiding citizens to stand up and reject this twisted reverence of criminality. Jamaica cannot afford to allow murderers to be celebrated, and the people who promote such idea must be seen for what they truly are, a threat to the country's peace, security, and moral compass. They represent a dangerous faction within the society, one that stands as an obstacle to Jamaica's growth and its aspiration for a better future. The PNP National Party criminal organization Lutheran gathering, which took place this past weekend and showcased a range of individuals, including convicted drug dealers, deportees, killers, and even rear admirals of criminal factions, demonstrate a bold shift in their strategy. This event was not merely a political conference, it was a deliberate display that the PNP criminal organization is no longer interested in hiding its criminal affiliations. Instead, they seem to be embracing their criminal underpinning and making it known to Jamaica and the world that they are unapologetically aligned with figures who represent lawlessness and violence. The event, where these notorious figures were openly showcased, sent a disturbing message that the PNP is now actively flaunting its criminals' connections, brazenly putting the face, culture, and role models of their party on full display for all to see, by featuring such individuals: Vibes Cartel, Isaac Buchanan. Buju Banton wasn't there in person, but he was there. Stammer, convicted drug dealer from deported from America and was questioned in England for murder and all kind of and we'll give you a dossier, a background on this man. The party seemed to be abandoning any pretense of being a legitimate political organization, opting instead to signal to the public that they are aligned with the very criminals who have wreaked havoc on Jamaican society for decades. This gathering can be seen as a tipping point where the PNP is not only acknowledging its association with criminal elements, but celebrating it. The party has become to the realization that the time for hiding is over. Rather than attempting to distance themselves from crime, they are openly embracing it as part of their identity, sending a message to the global stage that their brand of politics is inseparable from the culture of criminality they represent. For law-abiding citizens, this event is a clear signal that they are no longer welcome in the PNP criminal organization vision for Jamaica. The party's public embrace of criminals, those who have terrorized communities, destroy lives and undermine the very fabric of society, send a chilling message to ordinary Jamaicans. It tells them that the PNP is more interested in powering the elements of society that thrive on chaos and violence than in addressing the needs and concerns of those who want peaceful and lawful existence. This criminal conference also exposes the depth of the party's moral decay. Instead of promoting leaders who value justice and ethics, the rule of law, and the PNP has chosen to elevate those whose very lives are a testament to the destruction of these principles. The inclusion of convicted drug dealers, deportees and killers as role models within their ranks underscore how far the party has drifted from serving the interests of ordinary Jamaicans. It's no longer a party of the people. It has become an haven for criminals and those who admire them. Yes. What more? What more do you want to see? That the PNP is not for ordinary people, it's for criminals. What more? It's no longer a party for the people. It's become a haven for criminals. What more do you want? You, Jamaican law-abiding citizens, only you can save Jamaica right now from these criminals. What's more, this public display signal troubling normalization of criminality in Jamaica's political landscape. The PNP decision to proudly showcase these figures is not just a reflection of their internal decay. It is an indication that they are willing to normalize and legitimize criminal behavior as part of their political platform. The repercussions of this for Jamaica's future are profound. If criminals are openly celebrating within the corridors of power, how can the country hope to confront violence and corruption and lawlessness that has plagued it for decades? Tell me. You tell me in the comment section, we're going to confront that, how we're going to deal with it as Jamaicans. Ultimately, the PNP criminal organization latest event serves as a stark reminder that they no longer prioritize the value that uphold a healthy function in society by celebrating criminals and rejecting law-abiding citizens who desired peace and order. The PNP signaling to the world that their party's future is firmly rooted in the legacy of crime and violence. For Jamaica, this presents a grave danger as it opens the door for further deterioration of the nation's social, political and moral fabric. The criminal underworld and the political world are now intertwined, and law-abiding citizens are being cast aside in favor of those who thrive in the shadows. The PNP criminal organization latest display of convicted criminals, deportees and killers at the recent conference marks a troubling turning point for Jamaica's political landscape by openly celebrating these figures and making them as role models of their party. The PNP is abandoning any facade of legitimacy. Yeah, so they have, openly discarded all of them facade of legitimacy and instead embracing a culture of crime and lawlessness. This brazen shift sends a clear message. Law-abiding citizens are no longer welcome in their vision for Jamaica. So the PNP assure you that they are a criminal organization, big time. We know that they are a segment of the society that them embrace them. So that you as Jamaicans have to watch out for them. You have to vote and make sure you vote and keep these people out if you want a decent Jamaica. The PNP public alignment with criminal elements highlight the deeper moral and ethical decay within the party, threatening the very foundation of justice, decency and order in Jamaica. By glorifying those who have contributed to the nation's sufferings, they are not only legitimizing criminality but also sending a dangerous signal to future generations that violence and corruption are a pathway to power and influence. That's how Angela Brownberg gets the seat in a parliament. As the PNP moves further away from the values that underpins a healthy functioning society, it is becoming increasingly evident that the party is now a threat to the peace, safety and progress of Jamaica. The time for Jamaicans to stand up for law and order is now, as the future of the nation's social fabric is in the balance. Jamaica is a criminal's paradise, and with the PMP, if they get the chance to come back in power, you can kiss Jamaica Tata. It's going to be 81-0-1 or 101. Yeah, because 0 is not a letter, 0 is a number in a numbering system. So it's 101. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.